Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I woke up and I wasn't really feeling the best. I have to admit I'm not really on top of my game today. I kind of have like a sore throat and just in general I feel a little bit exhausted. I've been traveling a lot lately. I just came back from a trip in Italy. I think I wasn't getting enough sleep and just like good nutrition. So I think all of that together kind of like took a toll on my health. But I figured what better day than today to sit down here, turn on the camera and show you guys what would be like my typical glow up routine, something that I would normally do when I'm just feeling a little bit dull and dehydrated. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And the element that I'm most excited about is that I am going to use only drugstore products for this tutorial. I have a bunch of really good products that I'm so excited to share with you guys, because who doesn't like a good affordable makeup? I mean, I do. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. But before I go ahead and start applying makeup, I would like to ask you guys to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It means so much to me. Also, thank you all for subscribing and coming back. You are the best. I appreciate it so much. And if you would want to, you can go ahead and subscribe, well, follow me on Instagram, because I post a lot of like fashion related posts over there, and I like to answer my DMs if you guys have any questions. So yeah, now let's go ahead and start doing makeup. So for my base today, I'm not going to use any foundation. I'm just going to use a mix of a primer and BB cream. The product that I'm going to use today, well, a mix of two products, are going to be these new L'Oreal primer and BB cream. So the BB cream is their BB cream 5-in-1 Skin Perfector, BB C'est Magique. And the primer I'm going to use is the Glow Cherie Natural Glow Enhancer in the color Medium Glow, and BB cream is in color Medium. I love these two products. I use them usually together. I haven't tried them separately. The BB cream, even though it is a BB cream, it's quite like matte, and it has like a very natural matte finish. And I do like more glow, so that's why I go ahead and I add a little bit of the glow enhancer, the glow primer. So I squirt some BB cream on my fingers. It has this like white texture, but it's one of those products that when you rub it in and when you just like start working it in your skin, it starts slowly changing into your like skin tone color. Don't worry, I know it looks quite bright right now, so it looks really light when you just apply it. But as the time passes and as we move on with like other layers of other makeup, this is just going to start getting a little bit darker and kind of like, I don't know, just like blends into your skin and leaves this like super natural finish. I am really impressed with this BB cream. I love this product, you guys. I don't know how much you can tell, but it just has this like gorgeous, super natural skin-like finish. You can barely tell that I have any product on my face, but that's the finish that I wanted. I wanted this to look very natural, just super glowy, healthy and juicy. So I don't want to look like I have too much makeup going on. So yeah, this is basically like a perfect finish. And now I'm going to bring back some glow, because this for me is nice, but it's not like glowy and healthy enough. And to do that, I'm going to use the primer that I just mentioned. So this can be used like under makeup, like before regular foundation, or you can use it like I am going to do right now. So I just dispose some product on my finger. I'm blending it between my fingers, just warming it up a little bit. And now I'm just going to like tap gently all over like my cheeks and all the areas basically where I want to get a little bit of glow. Now I do like apply these type of products all over my cheeks, like even here, just because I get very dry in this area, like around my chin, just this area in general, it becomes really dry. So I actually like to bring in like more like illuminating products all the way over my cheeks. For my concealer, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer in the shade Amber 332. I love this product. It is honestly, in my opinion, the closest you can get to Shape Tape when it comes to drugstore. So it's really good, affordable concealer. It has a really nice coverage. It sets quite matte, so that's something that is always a plus. To blend the concealer, I'm just using dampened beauty sponge. You can use any sponge you have. I am currently using Beauty Blender, but you can use anything that you have. Now I'm going to take a little bit more of the concealer, but I'm going to very carefully just like remove all the excess product. So I leave very little amount of product on the doe foot applicator. And I'm just going to add a little bit of coverage in certain areas where I see some redness peeking through. So I have very like sensitive and just like very responsive skins. But basically that's what I like to do. I like to take a look if I have a little bit of like these like red spots peeking through. And then I just like to add a little bit of concealer on those specific areas, but nothing like too crazy. And again, I'm just going to blend this with my Beauty Blender very gently. And the final thing I'm going to do with the concealer is I'm going to prep my eyelids. I'm not going to do anything like dramatic with the eyeshadow, so I like to have like a nice clean eyelid base. This concealer is really nice because it almost sets itself. If you have dry skin or combination skin, I think you can even go away without setting this concealer at all. But I am going to set a little bit my whole face today just because it's very hot outside. It's really like sunny and just like humid, so I don't want to risk and have like everything slipping and just, I don't know, becoming like a big greasy mess. So I am going to set my face, but normally you don't really have to. So for that, I'm going to use one of my favorite powders since like, I think probably 2000, I don't even know. I think I've been using this more than like 7 years. I'm not sure, maybe I'm exaggerating, but I think this has been out for ages. So this is the Bourjois Healthy Mix or Healthy Balance. They changed the name, I think, a couple of times. So it is the Bourjois Healthy Mix or Healthy Balance pressed powder. Now this is a powder foundation, so you can definitely use this as foundation if you just use like a like more dense like kabuki brush, but it works amazingly as a setting powder as well because it's super finely milled and very lightweight. So if you work in very thin and like if you work in very thin layers, it works really well as a setting powder, and that's how I'm going to use it today. So I'm just going to grab a large fluffy powder brush and I'm going to set everywhere I need. So normally that's my eyelids because I just applied concealer on them. Then I'm going to set a little bit the center of my face. I just love the finish of this powder. It's so nice and buttery. And to bronze up my face, I am trying to make a decision between these two. Both of these are beautiful, gorgeous, very summery bronzers. This one is the Bourjois Super OG product. It's their chocolate bar looking bronzer. It does have like very subtle shimmer to it, and it's like barely noticeable. It's like only when you look very close you can see tiny little fragments of shimmer, but in general it's a very nice bronzer that you can use for contour as well. This one is a little bit like warmer shade, but in summer I think it's really nice and flattering even as a contour. And then the other one is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer that smells divine. Like if you've ever smelled this, you will never forget it. It's such a gorgeous smell. So I think honestly, I need something to kind of like pick me up and make me feel better and just like puts me in a better mood. So I think I'm going to go with this one just because of the smell. Both of them are really nice. Both of them are really buttery, really like super smooth, but I think I'm just going to go with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and the shade is what is the shade of this guy? I don't know, you guys. If I find it, I'm going to link it. I love this product. It feels so nice and luxurious on the skin that you forget it's drugstore. So basically I'm just bronzing my face everywhere where like the sun would naturally hit. And then whatever is left on the brush, I always like to just like drag underneath my jawline, a little bit like on the jawline, but like mostly underneath. And I'm going to fill in my brows right now because I can't keep watching myself without my brows on. And for that, I'm going to use this little guy, and I am so excited to show this to you. So this is the latest discovery that I just found at the drugstore, and it is the Essence Micro Precise Eyebrow Pencil, waterproof 1.5 millimeter slim tip pencil. It is one of the like retractable pencils, and oh my god, this product is amazing. Normally it's not easy to find like cool toned eyebrow products at the drugstore, so this was such a great find, and I believe this is like somewhere around 3 Swiss francs, which is probably around $3. And yeah, that's an amazing price for a pencil like this. I'm not sure how much product you get compared to like your ABH or Benefit brow pencils, but I think it's probably somewhere close. And yeah, I mean, it's just the fraction of the price, so it was a good find. I'm definitely picking up more of these. I'm planning to bring them everywhere I go, just because it's like so easy to use and it's so affordable. Now that I framed my face and I did my brows, I'm going to move on to my eyes. I'm not going to do anything like crazy. I'm just going to keep it very natural, very like contoured and matte. So I'm only going to use the bronzer that we already used on the face. I think actually for my eyes, I'm not going to use the Physicians Formula. I'm going to use the Bourjois, just because I don't like that the Physicians Formula has a lot of fragrance. So I don't want to do, I mean, I like it, but I don't want to use that on my eyes. That's something that you should probably think about when you are using like face makeup on your eyes. Normally face makeup has some fragrance, and then it's not really advisable to apply that on your eyes, in my opinion, but you do you. Go ahead and do what you feel comfortable with. So just to give some dimension to my eyes, I'm going to use the Bourjois bronzer, and I'm kind of like contouring my eyelids. So I'm applying the bronzer on the top of my crease and a little bit into my crease, and I'm dragging it all the way to my temples and kind of like giving myself that nice little lift. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the bronzer in the outer corner as well, to get a little bit of that like depth and more of the like the lift and the cat eye type of a look. But since this is a bronzer, not an eyeshadow, this is still a very subtle look, so you can barely tell that I have anything on my eyes. It just looks like natural shadow. Normally I would leave the eye look as it is and just apply a generous coat of mascara, or I would just add a little bit of like highlighter in the inner corner, which I am going to do. But today I feel like I kind of want a little bit more of like depth and just a little bit more of the darkness on the outer corner of my eyes. So I'm going to take like a tapered smaller blending brush, and I'm going to use L'Oreal Single eyeshadow, and this one is in the color Commander. These L'Oreal Singles are amazing. I've been using them forever. This one is newer one that I just picked up, but I feel like the formula has always been very good. They've been changing packaging and just like the shape, but I feel like the formula of these like pressed glittery eyeshadows has always been very good in L'Oreal. Very nice, flattering, like deep brown shade with like a subtle golden bronzy shimmer to it, so it looks really pretty on eyelids. And I like it because it's very creamy and you can kind of like sheer it out, but then you can also pack it and get like a better color payoff if you want to. So it's like a really versatile eyeshadow. Now I'm going to take the Maybelline Tattoo Liner Gel Pencil in a brown color, and I'm just going to tight line my eyes to get further more like definition and just like enhance the darkness of my eyelashes. And I like to use a brown eyeliner instead of a black one in the summer, just because I find it looks a little bit more natural and just goes better with this like a bronzy and just like a glowy makeup look, in my opinion. And now I'm going to finish off and add some mascara. I'm not going to add any like inner highlight or anything. I'm just going to add like a nice coat of mascara. And for the mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Ecstatic. And for my blush, I'm going to use this Essence blush in color Bury Me Up. They have really, really nice and super affordable blushes at Essence. And this color is one of my favorites. It's a very, very nice and flattering. It has this like very nice and berry soft undertone, and it's super finely milled and very, very blendable. So yeah, it's like a very nice drugstore little blush. And I'm going to apply it with a Real Techniques blush brush. Now obviously we need more highlight, because with all the bronzer, with all the blush and the powder, we lost a lot of the dewiness. And for my highlight, I'm going to use my new favorite highlight. I am so obsessed with this product, and I'm actually surprised because normally I'm not a huge fan of like stick highlighters, but this one is from Maybelline. It's their Face Studio Strobing Stick in the color 200, medium nude glow, and I love this guy. The formula is really specific. It's very dry, it's not waxy, and it's not like jelly or just like greasy, so you get like a really good payoff of highlight and just like shimmer, but without being like too greasy, and also without being powdery as if you would use a powder. So this is like a very, very unique, interesting formula. You can apply this directly onto your cheeks for like a stronger highlight, but I like to take my beauty blender and I just take some of the product on my beauty blender generously, and then I go ahead and I apply it on the top of my cheeks wherever I want that glow. And it's just such a subtle, gorgeous highlighter. You can see that glow, it's just incredible. For my lips, I'm going to use NYX lip liner in nude beige, and I'm just going to very, very gently outline my lips. And I usually like to smudge the lines when I'm done, just so I don't have that like super overlined lip kind of a look. And now I'm going to top this off with this Burt's Bees Gloss Lip Crayon in the color Santorini Sunrise. This is like also a new discovery for me. I picked up a couple of colors. This one is in the matte finish, and this one is more like glossy, and I prefer the glossy formula, but the shade range is not really that interesting, to be fair, so this was the only color that I kind of like liked from the glossy formula. It's quite nice, but I don't like to apply it like too intense, because it becomes a little bit like too orangey. But if you apply it in just like a very light layer, with the NYX Nude Beige Lip Liner, I think it becomes this very, very nice, like peachy, summery nude, and I really enjoyed this color. I think it works well with this look. I think it kind of like brings some color to the face. So this is the final look, you guys. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you found some good new products that you would like to try, and thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in my next video.